Have you ever felt like your prayer life depends entirely on you? Like if you're not consistent enough, focused enough, or faithful enough, God will be disappointed. Maybe you get distracted. Maybe you've missed days or weeks of prayer. Maybe every conversation about prayer leaves you feeling inadequate. For years, my prayers felt more like a performance, a job interview, and a religious duty all rolled into one. Which brings me to our verse for today, Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. At first glance, it can feel like three more things we're supposed to do, but notice what surrounds Paul's instruction: hope, affliction, prayer. Paul isn't describing prayer for ideal circumstances. He's describing prayer for real life. I thought about that recently when getting another round of tests done for a chronic health issue that's plagued me for more than 20 years. The details of our afflictions may vary, but we all know what it feels like to carry something we wish were different. And yet, we can be joyful in hope because our future is secure in Christ. Patient in affliction because even in hardship, we receive His care. Faithful in prayer because we're continually turning toward God, who is already faithful in loving kindness toward us. Prayer isn't an attempt to get God involved in our lives. It's a response to God who is already here, active and at work, before we even say a word. Being faithful in prayer isn't about proving ourselves to God. It's about continually turning toward the God who loves us. Not because we've performed well, but because we're His. Thanks for joining me today as we read Romans 12:12. I also wrote a 5-day Bible plan called The Prayer Life You Long For. If prayer has ever felt like pressure, if you've wondered why it's so hard to stay consistent, or if you felt like you're responsible for getting God's attention, then this plan is for you. In day 1, we go deeper into what Paul means when he says to be faithful in prayer, and why prayer isn't about performing for God, but responding to our God who is already present. You can start reading on the next slide and tap Save for Later to add the full 5-day plan to your list. The prayer life you're longing for is closer than you think. God's already started the conversation.